Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, as you can tell from our logs, we've been having some more testing and we've gotten good success with different comps. In this video, it will be all focused around Wilder faction comps to beat Athalia. Even the Celestial, like pay-to-win Celestial defense using Athalia, this Wilder comp is destroying it. You're gonna see it. And but first of all, what I wanted to do is I wanted to figure out a way for Athalia to work in the Wilder faction talents. I did a bit of testing in the video I just uploaded earlier, but that was mainly dedicated towards the Graveborn nuking Athalia comp. And then who is a viewer of mine and also my Discord, he messaged me if I could try using Lenya with Wilders in order to clear this defense. And that specific team didn't work, but then I tried some different options and this is working really well. Basically, Wilder factions are pretty broken because if you can have 3 heroes off of the tiles who cannot be killed for the first 10 or 15 seconds, you're gonna have your 2 other heroes in that concealed state, completely protected, dealing their increased damage, and pretty much destroying the enemy. So look at this right now, watch this replay, we'll do more attacks as well. But basically, it's as simple as running Almas, Damien, Tassi, all heroes which are not easy to kill. Now watch Athalia. Athalia's just attacking, and eventually she's going to be charging up all of her skills. Sirens is also dealing his damage. Tassi's also having a bit of crowd control. And so far it doesn't look too great, but then Athalia goes for her burst, like her dash attack, not even her ultimate. And then she uses her ultimate after Dunlinger's Bell of Order wears off. And now all that is left is the Dunlinger and the lance form of the enemy Athalia, which is not going to be enough. And then boom. And we're using the harmonic spell. And this is another smart idea because with the Wilder faction talents, your concealed allies are going to be at full health, 100% health. So they're going to get all the bonus damage from the harmonic spell. So one thing to keep in mind with this attack, we have better charms compared to the opponent who we're attacking. We have 2 sets of mythic charms, whereas he has 3 sets of legendary charms. So definitely we have that advantage. However, looking at this gives us a viable option for countering enemy Athalia. And you might be thinking, well, what if you don't have an Athalia of your own? It can work with different heroes. So first of all, I tried again with Athalia, and it was another win, pretty convincing win. Then I was like, okay, let's try with Harak. And even with Harak, really nice win. Watch this right here. And we're using Siren. I don't know. Siren is just a really strong bonus hero. Look at the damage that he deals. Just throwing those orbs across the battlefield, like almost half of the health. And this is another reason he does well with Athalia, because Athalia deals bonus true damage on her ultimate cast based on the damage dealt to enemies. But in this con specifically, Harak is going to ramp up, get kills before the concealed state wears off. And then he is just going to be able to solo here. The enemy Athalia is casting her ultimate on top of Harak, but it is not going to be enough. Yeah, it is not going to be enough because he's already stacked up his maximum kill stacks, and he's just going to clean it up from this point on. And so this is actually kind of just a tribute to Wilder faction talents, how kind of overpowered they are if you run them with heroes which are not gonna die. And Almas is difficult to kill, Damien is impossible to kill, and Tassi is very difficult to kill as well. So basically those are the best 3 Wilders, and then it frees up 2 different slots for the back. I tried it with Cryonaia, and this one was just absolute destruction. You would think you would have to wait for Cryonaia to cast her ultimate, but watch this fight. The Cryonaia damage, the Siren damage, it's just too much. The opponent cannot deal with it, and it just bursts through everything. Like, 11 seconds into the match, Cryonaia cannot even cast her ultimate yet because of the Bell of Order, and it's game over. So basically, this gives you a lot of different counters to Athalia, even in the pay-to-win, like the Celestial comp that was running. And we thought that was the best version of an Athalia comp for defense, but it doesn't look like it is that great. So I actually wonder if we had, I guess the thing is, like I was thinking, what if you went for this Wilder comp on defense, the one that I currently have field on my offense? The thing is, you could counter it with the enemy Cryonaia. Like if they go for an energy boosting Cryonaia comp, it probably is still going to beat this. I don't know if Athalia will have enough burst fast enough to prevent the enemy Cryonaia from casting ultimate, because if the enemy Cryonaia casts ultimate, it counters the Wilder faction tiles, because it's just going to execute all of these heroes like Almas, well, Damien will be destroyed, and then Tassi has potential of actually not getting destroyed. So maybe this could be an option you try to run on your Supreme Arena defense with Athalia with these other 3 Wilder heroes, but the thing is, these Wilder heroes are really, like, sought after in a lot of your teams. So that is the thing. But let's go for another, let's just watch another fight of this with Athalia with the Harmonic spell. I don't even know if Harmonic is necessarily the best. So she's going to go right for the middle. I could have actually maybe positioned her and swap position her with Siren. Then she would attack the twins first, I believe. Okay, so Siren is dealing the damage. She still is concealed up until now. And now she's going to cast her ultimate and boom. That is just utter destruction. It's so satisfying to watch this because this is so smooth. Like the Wilder faction talents and then this. But in another option you can use... No, you can't. Like, I mean, if you wanted to, for example, use Scarlita. You can use it, but then the thing is, you would not be able to run Siren, right? Because you still have to have 3 Wilder heroes, and maybe you could do like Lorison and Athalia on the tiles in the back, and then run Scarlita. We can try it. Let's give it a try, just to do some different testing, and see whether these other options can potentially work or not. So we'll get rid of Siren. We'll go for another Wilder hero. I mean, it could even be Lily May, but I think, I don't know. I just have a feeling Lorison might be better. And then get rid of Tassi and then go for Scarlita. Scarlita is another hero which cannot be killed, of course. You guys know that because at the beginning, she's going to be in the air. But other than that, she's not providing a lot of value to the team. Okay, so Athalia runs up to the twin. That's kind of what I wanted to happen. Okay, she's jumping onto Siren, but not enough damage to nuke. But almost getting him. Got him. Okay, got the Siren down. All of my team is still alive. And Athalia is still ramping up. Now my Almas goes down. However, my Athalia should be able to cast her ultimate now. Boom. And did we kill anything? My Lorison goes down. Scarlita comes down and the fight is basically over. Yeah, this is not going to work, right? Lorison just doesn't have the damage output as compared to Siren. So it might need to have a hero like Siren on it. Or maybe even the Tassi for the control that she offers. We can try some different alternatives here, because other Wilder heroes could definitely be Lily May, could be Lenya. We can go for double. Yeah, we can go for Lenya and Athalia together and see whether this is going to be enough, because now Lenya deals pretty good burst damage as well. Let's see. But unfortunately, Scarlita, even in a comp like a faction talent where Scarlita is perfectly suited for it by not being able to get killed, it still is just not that great. And also Athalia Supreme Plus does counter the shield mechanic of Scarlita. Okay, we get our ultimate off. We pop the enemy Athalia, but now she's going to be in Lance form. We need to kill the rest of the team, because if we don't kill it fast enough, we're going to be in trouble. And now the enemy Athalia casts her ultimate. The thing is, with the enemy Athalia Lance, even though the attacker is reduced by 50%, if you have dealt a lot of like damage, if their team has dealt a lot of damage to your team, you're going to have a lot of missing health or total damage dealt. And that bonus true damage from the ultimate of even the Lance form of Athalia is still going to be massive. That it's still going to nuke you, even if she is not in her actual original form. So yeah, this is not working. It seems like it is only really working with Siren. Or you just go for, like, I'm sure Cryonaia probably could work rather than Siren, because she has a lot of nuking, but then we have to go back to the Tassi idea, because these are the only heroes which have the most survivability of the Wilder faction. You just basically have to go for one other major form of damage, like, oh, Parisa might actually work. Parisa might work. She has a lot of damage. I want to see if Parisa can work. Parisa and Athalia first of all, to see whether a comp like this is going to work, because Parisa can ramp up damage pretty quickly. She has good AoE damage. Athalia is attacking the Siren in the back. Okay, Athalia is getting some stuff done, but Parisa goes down. Enemy Athalia is also ramping up. And we jump to the back. Yeah, it looks like Siren might be the only option, or like Cryonaia and Athalia together. Let's see, we might do it here. We might actually do it. It seems like we're in a pretty strong position. Think we... Oh no, but look at that. See, the enemy Lance, even ultimate, is so powerful. Like, look at this. The enemy Lance is about to kill me. We barely survive. We barely do it, but like, that was way too clutch, right? Parisa hardly did anything other than buff up. So anyway, guys, hopefully that gave you maybe some different ideas to try against Athalia. But definitely, there still is the RNG potential of Athalia to win against these comps. It's just another idea of how you can use Athalia with Wildest, for example. But you need to ensure you have the burst to go along with Athalia. For example, Siren and Athalia together. That is really important. They're needed. And then also, you're going to need to have 3 Wildest, which are very difficult to kill, to give you the concealed duration onto your faction tile allies. That is also important. So it is difficult to pull off this comp. However, it is a pretty strong option, and it is something that will enable Athalia. And to counter the enemy Athalia, you can run this with Athalia on the tile, with Harak on the tile, with Cryonaia on the tile, and I think maybe even with Lenya on the tile. Like, if we had the charms upgraded, I think Lenya would be pretty possible as well. The thing is, we have no charms on Lenya, no charms on Elmis, so none of that damage is converted into true damage. But if we had all of that, I think this would be a lot more convincing. But with the harmonic spell. So anyway, I thought this was a great idea. So credit to Yuno for basically giving me the inspiration by first having me test with Lenya, because this is a really good idea for a team comp in order to deal with enemy Athalia, and also to facilitate Athalia if you're running Athalia with Wild faction. So now we've basically seen Athalia will work with Hypogean Celestial faction tile, as you can see from like our first video we did. And then the second video was the Graveborn Nuke that we did just earlier, a few hours before this one. And this one is like the Wilder faction tile with Athalia, which is also working. So that is all, they're basically all possibilities for you. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.